Welcome to another episode of Lattes with Leanne. And today I have Karl Susman with Susman Insurance, and he's going to talk about some of the nuances of insurance that people just don't think of when they're buying an insurance policy. So, Karl, what do you see as some of the things people overlook?
Well, first, I'm overlooking my latte with Leanne.
Cheers.
Oh, okay. There we go. Thank you very much. I feel better now. Not bad. Okay. I'm looking at some of these gorgeous homes like the one we're in right now, and what immediately comes to mind are things that people don't think about when they're buying home insurance. And one of them that jumps out at me are things like fine art and jewelry coverage. You're looking at a home like this, and there's gorgeous fine art. There are unique pieces of art. There's paintings, there's sculptures, all sorts of things that are there. And those types of items need to have a specific policy written to protect them.
So they're like riders, correct?
Yes, they can be a rider on their homeowner's policy, or they can be written as a standalone policy by themselves.
Aha, okay. So what other types of policies do you see things that people have in their house and they think they're automatically insured by their home insurance or maybe even their car insurance? What else may you see that people would overlook?
Jewelry coverage is another large item that we see people forgetting about. And you mentioned things being covered from their car insurance or not. If we talk about jewelry insurance, what most people will do is get a specific policy based on an appraisal for that particular item, and then that item is covered, period. It doesn't matter if they're wearing it away and it's taken from their person, or if they're on vacation and it's in their luggage and it's stolen, or if it's in their home and there's a loss to their home.
Oh, okay. So you could be on vacation and have your watch stolen and you're covered because of your jewelry policy.
Usually the way it works is they're what they're called all peril policies. So if anything happens to it, loss, theft, you'll have coverage. The only exclusion is always intentional loss or damage. So we always have to add that one in, right?
Okay, wait a minute. Isn't that fraud?
It is, but you know what? There's this little part in my mind that always just has to get that out there, that you'll have coverage for pretty much everything as long as you don't do it deliberately.
Like drive your car off a cliff, right?
That would be bad.
that would not be
yes.
a good thing to do.
Right.
Okay. What about golf carts?
Golf carts are usually covered under a homeowner's policy by an endorsement, which is an addition to your policy. It's not necessarily a separate policy. It's something you would add to your existing policy. The way they determine that is based on the speed and whether the vehicle is registered for regular road use or not.
Oh, so if it were registered for regular road use, then you'd have to get a car insurance policy for it, right?
Either a car insurance policy or they're called specified auto policies, something specific for a golf cart.
I see. I get it. Okay, good. What else do you see?
Well, again, I look at a home like this and I'm thinking the most important thing other than having coverage for fire would be coverage for earthquake insurance. We live in California. I mean, let's face it. We just had an earthquake. How long ago? Less than a week?
Oh, I missed that one.
It was in Ojai, yeah.
I missed it.
You know what happens when you're in the insurance business, right?
Yeah,
I'm always on top of this,
right? Yeah.
So there was I believe it was a 5.1 or 5.2 earthquake.
Oh,
legit, yeah.
Yeah, that's legit. You would feel that one.
Yeah, and people in the Valley felt it, and some people in West LA felt it as well. And earthquake insurance is always excluded from homeowners insurance policies. However, it's so important that by law, insurance companies must offer an earthquake insurance policy for every property insurance policy every other year. That's how important it is. They're mandated to offer coverage.
I did not know that. You know, I'm a CFP, so I had to take a whole lot of insurance stuff to get that designation, a whole class actually on insurance. And I did not know that.
Yeah, insurance, especially in California right now, is a moving target. I mean, there are so many things that are happening. The carriers are learning about how they have to change their predictive models based on the climate that's changing, based on inflation, based on so many factors. It's I'm keeping on my toes to be sure I stay up with everything.
I bet you are dancing, right?
I'm definitely dancing.
That is great. Well, you know, I really appreciate you being on the show. Your number's right below you, right here. And I'm sure our viewers will have a lot of questions for you. So be ready to field their questions.
I'm happy to do it.
That would be great. And is there anything you want to close with that we've missed? I know there's so many
There's
aspects.
so much. You know what? I'm happy to do Q&A on anything insurance related. I think the biggest asset for people to have when they're looking for insurance is really just to educate themselves, not to assume that it's just sort of a cookie cut, one size fits all product. Every home is different. Everyone's exposures are different. Their personal property is different. And if they take a little bit of time to talk to their agents or brokers and ask some questions, they're going to get a better value.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I've noticed in my business that it's slap any policy on and so be it, right? I have to have a policy because I have a loan and that's it. But you really need a good insurance advisor, really. I feel like you need an advisor to make sure people are well insured.
Absolutely, and and they come in all shapes and sizes. There's good insurance advisors and not as good. Right. And take your time like you would to find a good real estate agent or CPA or anyone else that's going to represent something. People's homes are usually their number one investment. Protect it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So Karl, what do you think if I ask the viewers right now to give us questions that they would have regarding insurance in writing, and then we could have segments on the TV show where we answer those questions? Because I guarantee you, if one viewer has the question, 1,000 of them have that same question. So you guys out there, give us questions you want to ask of Karl. I'll get them to Karl and I'll answer them on the show.
I think it's a great idea.
Good. Perfect. Thanks.
Thank you again.
Done and dead, right?
All right.
Okay. Thank you.